Udvasana is a puja opposite to the Pratisthapana, basically to mark the end of worship, something you do just before Visarjan. Now, what does Udvasana have to do with HSR Citizen Forum, which has always been into solid waste management initiatives? Let's find out.
Divine photos and idols, once worshipped with so much of dignity and respect, they get abandoned for whatever reasons. And where are they abandoned? In the temples, under the trees, in the parks. They're not a nice sight, right? They make the place look unkept. And these frames and idols, once abandoned, they get wet in the rain, they get spoiled, they get disfigured, they get discolored, making the place look unkept and unclean. And also, there's a lot of materials that are used to make these frames and idols which go waste and cannot be recovered. To ensure both of these challenges are met, that is, to make sure these items are bid a very reverent farewell, and to make sure we can recover materials from these frames and idols, HSR Citizen Forum started a campaign where we collect divine photos and idols and not abandon. Instead, collect these items and bid a reverent farewell, where we perform a puja and bid a reverent farewell, and then these items are taken up for recycling.
With the goal of maximum resource recovery, HCF has conducted this campaign almost every quarter now, and the response has been overwhelming from the community and beyond. People have been connecting with us from across different cities, not just in India, but even beyond, to conduct this in their neighborhood, to conduct it in their city. We will do even better. Here is a blueprint of how you can do this campaign in your neighborhood, in your city, in your town. Where do we start? Building a team?
When you want to do something like this, you may think, how do I do it alone? I want to do it. How do I do it alone? There may be individual citizens who want to do but don't know how to do it. There are options like finding the like-minded people in your community, which may be a difficult choice. So you can collaborate with people who are already, organizations who are already working into this. For example, Hyderabad has Bartan Company, and Chennai has Roka team. There are many organizations who are already working into waste management or sustainability. Collaborate with them, it becomes easier to initially find and get the like-minded people.
Where do we organize this? The location.
Location is very important. When you choose to do in a location, what you have to keep in mind is three things. Temple would be a preferable choice because there will be a priest available for Udvasana Puja, and people who are coming here will have a different mindset of religious, and they will be very peaceful in dropping them off. Second thing is the trustee team of the temple should be supportive. Third is the place, availability of space, so that we may need space for keeping all the photos, displaying like an exhibition. All that space is important, priest is important, trustee team support is important.
Now, once you collect the photos, you need to identify a destination to where these will go for maximum resource recovery.
The most important point is finding the destination. So, whether you call it a dry waste collection center, dry resource collection center, or MRF, material recovery facility, it is all the same, where people collect different categories of waste and send them for recycling. You need to find such a place in your city. How to know who are the recyclers, where is the dry waste collection center? Municipality might give you the details of where is the dry waste collection center. And again, when you connect to only the kabadiwala who takes the only valuable waste, might go into that. Things which don't have much value but they need to store it and give it for recycling, that might need a proper facility where they accept all the categories of waste, whether it is glass, metal, cardboard, paper, wood and plastic.
Next step, how to get maximum people to participate.
For the event, creating the buzz is very, very important, because people should know that such an event is happening. Only then people stop this habit of throwing here and there and bringing it here. How to create the buzz? Among your team members, you need to create a beautiful poster which is circulated to the resident welfare associations in the neighborhood. Temple committee will have a WhatsApp group of themselves. And if you have any parents group of different schools, there will be cyclist group, multiple groups. That's one thing. Second thing, make beautiful small reels of 1 minute in the Instagram saying what is this event, why it is done. create some interest and make posting the Insta reels. But we are very specific in not announcing the location till 3 days before. We announce the date well in advance. 1 week in advance we'll announce the date of the event, but location we don't specify till 2 days before, because we don't want people to come and drop it here. And we request all our friends to keep this video as the status message, WhatsApp status. My status alone 600 people see. Imagine if you have a team of at least 20 people or 15 people, the reach will be more.
Next, collecting these abandoned photos and idols.
One day previous to the event day, what we do is our team members will divide our ward into 3 categories, and then we divide ourselves and we do collect. We know the locations where people usually keep the photos and idols: under the tree, near the temple, near the ant hill. We know the location, so we divide ourselves into 3 teams and we collect and then come and bring them to the location. Initially when we collected, it was huge quantity. Eventually down the lane, after now the third event, the people dropping at different locations has come down. And one more thing you can do is you can keep a message at the temple, the temples where too much crowd will be there. On that particular day, you can leave a message and ask them to drop. You can keep a drop box at the temple. When people come to temple, they can drop in that, and you can pick them also and collect them to the venue location.
On the day of the collection, ensure there are volunteers who are documenting receiving these frames and idols. Also, lay out the frames and idols in an organized manner inside the temple premises so that the puja is performed, as well as if there's anybody interested in rehoming these frames and idols, it is clearly visible to them. After the collection is closed, the priest performs the Udvasana puja. Now the real work of resource recovery begins. And like always, we begin with segregation.
Once we receive the frames, we segregate them into different categories. So one of it would be this kind of a laminate. The other category would be this, which is a plastic frame. Another one variety would be the frame with metal. Apart from this, we get idols. This is a POP idol. This is a separate category which is made of metal. This idol is made of wood, and this is a mix of wood, metal and plastic. Everything in this needs to be segregated separately. And this is a paper laminate which goes along with the other laminates.
Unfortunately, just segregation is not enough. Each frame has so many different components made of so many different materials.
There are 5 parts in this photograph to be segregated. One is the frame, second is the glass, third is the paper picture inside the frame, fourth is the cardboard behind, fifth are the nails. Okay, and in this frame again, there are 3 varieties to be segregated. One is metal, other one is plastic, the third one is wood.
In case the number of frames received is huge, like how we received, and the dry waste center does not have enough manpower to dismantle it, nor do they have enough space, in that case, you can do it yourself. What do you need for dismantling?
You need mainly 2 tools. One is the cutting plier, other one is a screwdriver. And apart from that, you need a pair of gloves to see that you don't hurt yourself while dismantling. When you participate in the dismantling of the photographs, it's better the organization provides the tools or you get your own labeling the tools so that it doesn't get lost or misplaced during the volunteering.
How do you go about dismantling it? Step 1, remove all the nails. Step 2, remove the background card paper or wood. Step 3, take out the paper photograph. Step 4, take out the glass carefully. And now the frame itself.
Okay, I'm taking these frames which earlier had a glass pictures and got pictures. I'm going to use this for my artwork. It's a very sturdy teak wood frame which you will not be finding it now in any of the shops.
For metal and wooden frames, you can leave the frame as it is. But for plastic frame, it's not so simple.
So this looks like a metal frame, but it's actually plastic. So most of us would buy it thinking that it is metal. The problem with this is it has nails on all sides, and I have removed all the nails. Now there is another problem to it. So we will need to break open the frame, and you see that there are corners in all the sides of the frames again, which is metal, and again this too needs to be removed before it is segregated into plastic waste.
This is another category of photograph that we get it, and this is a laminated photograph. We don't go to dismantle and segregate it. Instead, we shred it.
One more very important thing is, if you don't have a dry waste collection center or a DRCC which is equipped with dismantling and manpower, everything, you can pull in volunteers or paid resources and dismantle the way we have taught in the video. But then dismantling may not happen on the same day. You might have received so many photos that it might take 3-4 days eventually to complete dismantling. So you need to have a storage space in the temple premises or somewhere nearby, so you can keep them there. Little per day you can take and dismantle. You can approach corporates, you can approach college students, NSS and NCC students who can come and help you dismantling once you train them. This will be an amazing activity for them to also understand there are multiple advantages of pulling in volunteers to dismantle. It's very important. When we talk about the money part, we may wonder how to manage this. Where is money required? Money is required for transportation, for dismantling. When we don't have enough volunteers, we may have to pay the resource and get them dismantled. So how do we get money? How did we work out is, we have a donation box at the entrance. So when people come to drop off the photos, we tell them to donate. We circulate the video asking people to donate money, and there are kind hearts who come and donate. There will be another model where you can charge people per donation, per person this much is the amount. That also can be an option. Another option, per photo this much. Why did we didn't choose those two models is, people who are not, there will be few people who are not willing to give money. They may feel one day photo na nathra, we can just drop it under the tree and go. We didn't want it to lose anyone. We wanted to serve everyone who want to give, who don't want to give also. That's the reason we chose that model of keeping a donation box and asking people to donate. Now that you have understood the process, we need to keep some very important, like I say, star marked points in your mind. Do not keep the collection open like full month, full day, anytime they can come and drop. This example should be set very strictly, that on a particular day, this is the time window that we collect, beyond which we will not collect. Initially, it may be disappointing thing for people who get, but that should be the thing set. Otherwise, they keep coming and dropping the next day, and that becomes so inconvenient. Even the temple may not appreciate the location, the venue what they have given, they may not appreciate it. Be very strict on that particular day and that particular time window we collect it. This message has to go through the video what you circulate during announcing the date and venue post.
This may not be very comprehensive. We are also learning. In case you have any doubts, feel free to reach out to us. In case you have any more tips, feel free to tell us too.